Are you ready to level up your English vocabulary? I mean, really level up your vocabulary? Well, you're in the right place. Today, you are going to learn 25 advanced English expressions that are used in daily life conversation. Hi, I'm Vanessa from speakenglishwithvanessa.com, and like always, I have created a free PDF worksheet with all 25 of these important phrases, definitions, and sample sentences. Plus, at the bottom of the worksheet is a quiz. Test yourself and see if you have really learned these 25 advanced phrases. You can click on the link in the description to download this free PDF worksheet today. It is my gift to you. If you've been learning English with me here on this channel for a while, you know that I teach you real life vocabulary, words and phrases that we really use in daily life. But sometimes it's fun to level up your daily life vocabulary and make those phrases advanced. So I specifically chose expressions today that are advanced. This means at the C1 level, but also are absolutely used in daily life. So don't be afraid to use these in your natural conversations. You don't need to save these only for the workplace or an academic situation. You can use these in daily life. All right, let's get started. To accumulate. Look at this sentence and I want you to kind of guess what you think it means. Wow, a lot of snow accumulated overnight. What do you think that means? It means to grow or increase. As I teach you all 25 of these phrases, I'm going to be giving you the sample sentence first because I want you to use all of the ideas and knowledge already in your mind about English to guess the definition. If I just give you the definition, it's okay, but I would like you to try to guess the definition first. Take the sample sentence and use it to your best knowledge. Let's go on to the second one. Phrase number 2 is adjustment. Could you help me with my bike? I think it needs an adjustment. It's making a strange noise. This is the exact question that I asked my neighbor who is a bike expert, and he helped me and the noise stopped. So what is an adjustment? It's simply a change. Something needs to change so that it stops making that noise. Phrase number 3 is availability. Notice that the T at the end of this word is pronounced like a D in American English. Availability. This is commonly used in my daily life. Let me check my availability before I commit. Check my availability. This simply means, am I free? Do I have any time that I can commit to this activity? Let me check my availability. Advanced phrase number 4 is benchmark. I love this one. Take a look at this sample sentence. I don't always eat 5 different vegetables every day, but it's a good benchmark number. Here, the word benchmark is a standard. It's recommended to eat at least 5 different vegetables each day. Do I do this every day successfully? No, but it's a good benchmark. I think about this occasionally. Oh, maybe I could try a different vegetable today in order to reach that benchmark. Advanced phrase number 5 is bind, but I would like to expand that to use a full phrase to put someone in a bind. Take a look at this. This strict project deadline has really put me in a bind. I don't know if I'm going to be able to meet it. Do you think that the project deadline is a good deadline? No, it has put me in a bind. This means it has wrapped me tightly, but in a figurative way. So it has put me in a difficult situation. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do a good job and also make the deadline. This deadline has put me in a bind. I have to do less quality work in order to meet the deadline. Advanced phrase number 6 is a breakthrough. Take a look at this sentence. This job might be the breakthrough that I was hoping for. Do you get the idea here that I'm in a bind and then I'm hoping that this job will be the breakthrough. This job will be exactly what I was hoping for to help me advance in my career. Oftentimes we use this when there is a discovery. So we might say, the vaccine for polio was a great breakthrough in medicine. It helped to solve a big problem with just this medication. Advanced phrase number 7 is capability. To wear a cape? No. Take a look at this. Even though my daughter is young, she has the capability of feeding herself with a spoon. Sometimes it is quite messy, but she does have this capability. And what does capability mean? Well, it means ability. It is another advanced and fun way to say ability. My daughter has the ability to feed herself or the capability to feed herself. Just grow your vocabulary step by step with this word. Advanced phrase number 8 is circulate. This is a good one for 8. Circulate. What if I said to you, the news circulated through our neighborhood like lightning? We get the idea that all the neighbors are talking so quickly that the news is making its way through the neighborhood. And that's the idea with this word. Circulate means just to freely pass around. So if your neighbors like to talk, well, I imagine news, or at least the idea of news, circulates quite quickly through your neighborhood. Advanced phrase number 9 is to collaborate. I collaborated with over 17 amazing YouTube English teachers to make this lesson for you. It's true. To collaborate means to work together. Sometimes collaboration is a beautiful thing, such as this wonderful lesson, and sometimes collaborating can be really tough. Maybe your interests or your values are not aligned, but usually collaboration provides a better solution in the end. Make sure you check out that lesson to learn what all these 17 teachers had to say about how to speak better English. It's an awesome video with awesome teachers. Advanced phrase number 10 is to coordinate. Notice the pronunciation of this word. To coordinate. Coordinate. There are 2 O's and they are slightly pronounced differently. To coordinate, coordinate. So I often say this phrase, man, it is hard to coordinate schedules with some of my friends who have kids. Your kid's doing this at this time, my kid's doing this at this time. Oh, then one kid is sick. Oh, then another kid is sick. It is hard to coordinate our schedules. And coordinate means to align something, usually a schedule. We're coordinating a time to be able to see each other, and sometimes that's not so easy. Advanced phrase number 11 is to dedicate. Recently, my city, Asheville, was hit by a terrible hurricane, Hurricane Helene, and we can use this expression to talk about what happened. Thousands of volunteers dedicated their time to help people in need. It's true. There were thousands of people in the city, around the country, even from Canada. In fact, there were Canadian workers who helped to fix my electricity. There were people from everywhere who dedicated their time to help those in need. This is an important thing to see when you're going through a hard time. Look for all the good that's being done. And dedicate here just means to give all your time and all your energy. So thank you to everyone who dedicates their time and energy helping other people in need. Advanced phrase number 12 is to delegate. This is one of my favorite things to do. I try to delegate certain chores to my kids. This means that I don't do all the chores. I don't do every single dish, all the laundry, all the cleaning up, all the organizing. No, I do a lot, but I try to delegate those chores to my children. What's this mean? It means to give tasks to other people. So my kids help to clean up at the end of the day. They put their dishes in the sink. Sometimes they help to fold laundry or they help to clean the dishes. I am trying to teach them those skills, but it's also helpful for me to delegate those tasks. Advanced phrase number 13 sounds similar to delegate, but it's not. It is designate. Designate. Look at this sentence. I designated a certain amount of money for charity. I think it's a beautiful thing when you can use money for what you need, you can use money to save, and you can use money to give. So I designated this amount of money to give to a charity. Can you guess what that means? It just means that I chose to set aside this amount of money for a specific purpose. I chose for that amount of money to go to a charity. Advanced phrase number 14 is efficient. I try to be extremely efficient when I work, but do you know what is not efficient? Public transport in the US is not efficient. If you visit the US, you usually need to rent a car. It's just the way things are. So what's this word mean? Efficient means it works quickly, effectively. Well, I try to work quickly and effectively and efficiently, but public transportation in the US, not quick, not efficient, not the best. Advanced phrase number 15 is eligible. Eligible. If you get a new job, the boss or the person giving you the details of the job might tell you, after you've worked for this company for 1 year, you become eligible for some benefits. Or after you've signed this paper, you become eligible for certain benefits. What does eligible mean? It means you have the right to get those benefits. You cannot have those benefits taken away from you if you sign that paper. Well, you have the right to get those benefits. You are eligible to get them. Advanced phrase number 16 is endeavor. Endeavor. Take a look at this sentence. Wow, what a huge endeavor. You are trying to climb that mountain in 1 day? Usually it takes 3 days. What a huge endeavor. Usually we use the word endeavor with the word huge. It's just a phrase that goes together. You could say it's a big endeavor, but huge is extremely commonly used with endeavor. And it just means a challenging task or project. What a huge endeavor to try to climb that mountain in just 1 day. Good luck. Advanced phrase number 17 is frustration. Frustration. We often use this with a full phrase, I could sense his frustration. I can sense your frustration. If I said to my child, wow, I can really sense your frustration with those stickers. My 4-year-old son tries to take stickers off of a sticker book, and sometimes it's hard for little fingers to get stickers off. So he goes, oh, I can't get it. Oh, what am I doing, Mommy? He gets frustrated about it. So I could use this phrase, wow, I can really sense your frustration with those stickers. It's something that makes you annoyed or angry or frustrated. Advanced phrase number 18 is functional. Functional. These shoes are really pretty, but they aren't functional for walking long distances. Really, nowadays, as a mom, all my shoes are functional. I don't have any fancy shoes because I just need functional shoes nowadays. What's functional mean? Well, it means that something works easily or smoothly. You get the sense that functional shoes are sneakers, tennis shoes, flat shoes, not high heels, nothing uncomfortable, functional shoes. Advanced phrase number 19 is glimpse. We often use the full phrase to catch a glimpse. If you're walking past a mirror and you don't realize that there's a mirror there, you might be walking and, oh, I caught a glimpse of myself in the mirror and it surprised me. This can be a surprising thing, right? So you get the idea that a glimpse means to look, but it's a quick look. So to catch a glimpse, oh, it's just a quick look. I caught a glimpse of myself in the mirror. Advanced phrase number 20 is generic. Generic. This is usually not a positive phrase. Take a look at this. The hotel room had a lot of generic decorations. This means nothing personalized, nothing unique. Generic just means simple, plain, the same as everything else. Now, the one time when generic is a good thing is with medicine. So if you go to a pharmacy in the US, you can watch my video here where I show you an American pharmacy, including some important vocabulary. you will often see two different versions of medicine. You'll see the brand name version and what we call a generic version. Usually they have the exact same ingredients, but one is just from that store. It's not this fancy brand name, and it's usually a lot cheaper than the brand name. So for me, I often buy a generic medication because it's cheaper and it's the same thing. Advanced phrase number 21 is one that I unfortunately use often. It is harmony. But I often use this by saying, can we just have some peace and harmony in here for 5 minutes? When you have 3 kids, if it's a rainy day and everyone is stuck inside, you can imagine it gets loud. Sometimes kids start to fight with each other more often than if they were outside. Harmony means peace, working together so smoothly and easily. So I wish, as a mom, can we just have some peace and harmony in here for 5 minutes? That would be the dream. Advanced phrase number 22. We're almost at the end here. We only have 25 today. Advanced phrase number 22 is hierarchy. Notice the pronunciation here. Higher, like higher and lower. Hierarchy with a K sound. Hierarchy. You might say it takes a long time for stuff to get done in the government because of the complicated hierarchy. No one is allowed to make a decision for themselves. Instead, they have to ask their boss, who has to ask their boss, who has to ask their boss, and their boss, and their boss, and it takes forever to get things done when there is a complicated hierarchy. And what's a hierarchy? Well, it's just a system of importance. Usually with people, it could be a hierarchy of animals, possibly a hierarchy of events, but usually this is with people where you have to ask a lot of people in order to get anything done. Advanced phrase number 23 is immense. When we had Hurricane Helene hit my city, the damage from the storm was immense. In fact, a lot of rescue workers said that this was the worst damage that they had ever seen in their entire career. It's really difficult when you have a natural disaster in the mountains. It's hard to reach people. It's hard to help people. The damage is immense. Can you guess what that word means? It means huge, unimaginable, immense. Now, I used it in a negative way. The damage was immense, but you can also use this in a positive way. We might say that I love my husband immensely. This means I have a huge amount of love, and that's a positive thing, right? So we could use this in a negative or a positive way. Advanced phrase number 24. This is our second to last advanced phrase. It is interact. Interact. I want to let you know that when we're speaking quickly, we often cut out that first T, and it sounds like interact, interact, interact. That T is just gone. It's on vacation somewhere, having a good old time. It's not in this word, interact. So let me give you a sample sentence. My kids loved interacting with the exhibits in the museum. Interacting with the exhibits in the museum. Did you hear how I cut out that T? My kids loved interacting with the exhibits in the museum. And what's this mean? It means that you're communicating or reacting to something around you. A lot of times, children's museums will have things that you can touch or play with or move, and you can learn different concepts or experience different things by interacting with the different exhibits in the museum. And drumroll, the 25th and final advanced English expression for today is landmark. Landmark. When there was the hurricane in my city, one of the biggest landmarks in a little town, this beautiful red water wheel, got damaged. In fact, it got immensely damaged, we could say. The water coming from the stream became immense and it got damaged. This landmark is something that people often think of when they think of this little town. So we can use the word landmark to talk about an object that kind of serves as a guide. When we think of Paris, what's the landmark? The Eiffel Tower. When you think of Egypt, what do you think of? The pyramids. Those are landmarks in those countries. Hopefully they'll be able to repair this cute water wheel that is the landmark of the little town. Well, congratulations! You just learned 25 advanced C1 level English expressions. Don't forget to download the free PDF worksheet. There's a link in the description. When you download that free PDF worksheet, you will get each of these advanced expressions, definitions, multiple sample sentences, and you can answer the quiz to see if you can really remember these phrases. Because it's great to watch this video, but you need to remember them, right? So if you want to remember them, I highly recommend downloading the PDF, reviewing the phrases, and taking the quiz. Test yourself. You can click on the link in the description to download that free PDF worksheet today. Well, thank you so much for learning English with me, and I'll see you again next Friday for a new lesson here on my YouTube channel. Bye! But wait, do you want more? I recommend watching this video next, where you will learn 250 wonderful vocabulary phrases with pictures, including, why do I call my friends birds? Watch that video to find out, and I'll see you there.